Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. You guys know what time it is. Time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And for those of you who like these type of videos, please remember to click like down below. One of the things I want to chat about with you guys today is how my attitude has changed. And I don't just mean my attitude online, but my day-to-day attitude. Now that I've started coaching and that I've got a number of clients, actual number of clients who have had for more than a month now who've started to see progress and things like that, of how it's changed my attitude in a very positive direction. And I think a couple of people are starting to notice that with my videos of as far as me even making negative videos or the way that I criticize the industry and other people, it's changed my attitude towards that. And I think what happens sometimes we get caught up in the things that we do online or what we see every day, and we forget the reality of a lot of it. Because a lot of people who have followed me long term, like people have this view that Jason's critical of others or Jason trolls or Jason's done this or that, but people forget that my first couple of years on YouTube, that isn't what I did at all. Right? A lot of the things that people negatively associate with me didn't even exist yet. They didn't exist. They hadn't happened yet. And when I first started out, I was really all about just teaching others, helping others, fighting to train again. I had to learn to walk again after being sick. I had lost a lot of body fat, again, from being sick, being depressed while sedentary and everything else when I was bedbound. And I was driven to improve myself and to help other people. And that was the actual reason I got into YouTube. I only briefly, some stuff went negative when I started discussing the fake natty thing because people genuinely asked me about it, because I was open about that sort of stuff a lot more back then, because I just had a different attitude. And I walked into this world very naive as far as internet fitness goes and YouTube and things. I walked into it very naive. I had a positive attitude, but as I dealt with a lot of things, I would say I became a more negative person after the whole Lane Norton fiasco and feeling like I got sued and attacked, and a man basically threw in excess of $100,000 at attacking me, literally trying to destroy my life and admitting his goal. He's admitted that publicly. His goal was to destroy my life. That's what he wanted. And to have somebody attack you and put that many resources and even have hire other people to attack you can really change your attitude. And it did. And it didn't change for the better. My attitude did not change for the better as a result of that. It started making me a more negative person. Then I got involved with, again, someone else, and she's no longer in my life, who I didn't realize how bad their substance abuse problem was. I spent a good amount of time living with an actual addict who descended and got worse and worse. That affected me negatively. Dealing with the enormous troll storm online, it gave me a very jaded view, and that will happen. Like a lot of people, I've heard people say, hey, how do you deal with the amount of hate that you get? And it's like, I turn off to it. I turn off to it. Like it's funny because people would assume that, oh, this or that gets to you. I don't. I just hit the ban button. Do do do. Like there's no emotional attachment anymore. Like I would say the last, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 trolls I banned, I didn't care. Like, oh, okay, he thinks I'm a fat cunt. Whatever, dude. Or my spam folder catches most of it. And I think that's because some of the people don't see all of it on my page per se, because I have a spam filters that catch most of it. And if you were to see what my spam filter looks like, is I'll go through there, and if a person's posted 50 times, I ban them once and they can't post again. And I don't got to read through all their nonsense. But if people saw all of that, if all of that was public, they'd be in shock. Like a lot of people would be like, wow, I couldn't handle people saying that stuff about me. And a lot of people could. I mean, look what happened with the original Physiques of Greatness with the swole nerd, Vince G. He couldn't handle that stuff, and he didn't catch that much of it. But it will make you jaded. It'll make you jaded if you let it. And for me, I feel like it did. And when I took on something like starting another business of actually coaching people, to where I get people who want my expertise, they want to hear what I have to say, they're paying good money for it, and then getting paid to help other people as an actual business endeavor and to legitimately help other people reach their goals. and then seeing the smile on someone's face and you get them in front of Skype when they hit a PR, or they've lost body fat and still hit a squat or a bench press PR while losing body fat. The reaction you get, and you see that person's face, and you know that these were people who were plateaued with what they were doing at a certain point. They've been plateaued, they've been stuck. They hire you and you start helping them. It starts changing your attitude. It starts changing your attitude, because then, in having done that, and now that I'm doing this as a regular thing, because I mean, I interact with at least one of my clients every single day, right? I interact on a daily basis with my clients, whether it's through various typing, messaging, texting, or Skype calls, because every single client, I get them in front of a camera for 2 1-hour sessions on Skype every single month. When I do consultations, I get people on Skype for an entire hour. So each client gets 2 hours of camera time every single month. Every single month. And I mean, I had opened up with that first block, I had opened up 5 slots. Those filled up immediately. All of those slots filled up within 24 hours. Usually when I do open slots up, they're filling up within 24 hours. And you get these people in front of the camera who enjoy what you do, they appreciate what you do, and you are now helping them and watching other people reach their goals. And what I can tell you is that when you're doing something as part of your job that involves helping other people overcome obstacles or other people reach their goals, it changes your attitude. It changes your attitude, because I reach a point with this to where I legitimately care about my clients, because that's a human component. You're interacting with that person on an individual level, a one-on-one level, and helping them overcome their obstacles and do things that they want to achieve, and you're coaching them through it. It changes you, especially once you get into the rotation doing it. When it becomes something that you're doing like every day, every single day, that direct, not this distant, oh, I'm going to put out a video about the bench press, oh, I'm going to smack talk Omar or Strap On or Jerry Ward, or but when you're now interacting with helping people every single day, it changes your attitude. It's humbling. It makes you appreciative. And it makes you feel good about helping other people. Like, it is affecting me to the point to where I don't even want to make videos trash talking other YouTubers anymore. And I know a lot of people go, Jason, please don't. We love the mints. We love the mints. I'm finding that I don't want to be as harsh in my criticisms, because I'm used to dealing with people who might be doing things wrong and need help, and just need help, positive reinforcement to do things better and to help them, because I'm doing that actively as a job. It's one of my 2 businesses. That same mindset tends to carry over. It carries over into the other stuff that I'm doing. And I'm not saying I don't want to be critical when people are doing stuff wrong. I don't want to be critical when they're ripping people off, because I do, and I will continue to do that. But by that same token, I don't know that that's the right approach. I don't know that that hasn't hurt me in a lot of ways. Yes, it's brought in a certain audience, but I also have to question, how much of it has created additional hate, how much of it's created additional bad will, how much of it's created additional trolling. This caused me extra stress. And it makes me just kind of want to say, you know what, I can be critical and be objective of what other people are doing while still acknowledging the good stuff that they do. Right? I mean, I can watch a video by someone I don't like and say, you know what, but he is doing some stuff right. Right? He actually is doing some stuff right. He's getting some stuff good. And in fact, maybe I might dislike 80% of what this person does, but they have this one thing over here that they really and truly get legitimately right, and it is truly helpful. That is valuable. They're helping people with that. I just wish they would get rid of this other stuff. Unless they are literally ripping people off. In which case, that's going to make me a bit mad. That will always make me mad when people are flat out selling products that they know are garbage and useless. Okay. But then you got to step back and say, are they just ignorant? Or are they deliberately conning people? Because I think there's a mix in the industry. And, you have to assess that stuff, and you do have to ask that question. I mean, so if someone like Jeff Nippard, for example, sells branched-chain amino acids, he knows they don't work, right? He knows they don't work. If people are deliberately writing, because in someone like him, I would say that because he has an actual degree in exercise science, he knows his programs are trash. He knows that he needs to push pre-workouts because he has terrible fatigue management in his programs. He's got a degree. He knows his fatigue management's bad. So, and any coach would look at some of this stuff and be like, wow, it's ridiculous. But the question becomes, how harsh do I even want to be? Do I want to just rip that person apart for it? Or do I want to say, maybe this isn't a good idea, guys. This is not a good idea. Can I do that without attacking them as a person? And that's the question I have to ask as someone who now deals with people in a positive one-on-one way every single day as part of my job, and someone who's received oftentimes undue, sometimes ridiculous, unfair, completely crazy criticisms at times that's not even based upon reality, that I also have to go, is it the best route for me to attack them as people when some of what they do is still positive, right? Or should I just discuss the information side and maybe joke a little bit, have a little bit of fun without being malicious? Because I think that's the point we come to, of when you're being malicious and you are just brutally attacking other people, even if it's just words, guys, does that put out the message that you really want to put out? And as someone who's done this both directions, I just don't feel that it is. I don't know that it's useful. I don't know that it's valuable. I don't think that it's constructive. Yes, it can be entertaining for people who enjoy that. I don't think that it helps people. And that's what this comes down to. When I originally started doing YouTube, I wanted to help people. Right? I'm getting paid while coaching people. I'm getting paid people's hard-earned money to help people. And I feel like at times over the years, because I'll be honest, there are times when I've been bitter. I've been angry about a lot of the stuff that's happened as a result of my YouTube, certain things that have happened in my personal life. They were based upon choices I made. It made me bitter at times. And I think that reflected into some of the content that I made. I think it reflected in the content that I make. And I don't think that's the direction I want to go with my life anymore. Because I really and truly enjoy helping people. Like when I see one of my clients reach a milestone or a goal, it feels really, really good. It feels really good. And it makes me genuinely happy. And that's the thing that I have to almost look at my channel by that same token. I actually like helping people. It makes me feel good. Maybe I need to push my channel more in that direction completely in every aspect of it, of really make my channel, the trolling maybe needs to drop out. I can still have a little bit of fun, but I think there reaches a point where just being malicious to other people instead of being constructive in my criticism, I don't think that helps other people. No matter how entertaining it is, I don't think it helps people. And I really want my channel to be about that again. That is how I started. That's what I originally set out to do. That's what I used to do. And that's the way I want to go from now on. And that's just how I feel. And I feel like the coaching has really pushed me back in that direction. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.